Welcome everybody back to another episode of Steehn versus Machine. Of course, I'm your host with the most, Truman and Steehnmachine Steehn. As always, I'm joined by the lead handicapper over at Winners and Winers, Scott the Steamroller Steehn. Scott, how are you doing?
What's up, buddy? Thanks for setting up a nice background for yourself there.
Yeah, I really taking care of the place today. Yeah, sorry, I had to take a power supply out of a spare computer for my buddy at work needs to troubleshoot something. So here we are.
Okay. All right. That's a nice workbench you got there, son.
Yes, thank you. Well, welcome everybody back to a little bit of a messy room for week 7 of Steehn vs. Machine. As I said, that's Scott Steehn, the Steamroller. I'm the Steehnmachine, Truman Steehn.
I'm looking at your still shot here. It says SV. Is that Stevie Ray Vaughan? Are you missing the R in that logo?
Where?
Are you looking at it with the picture that I see in the bottom left corner? It was me and you. It says Stehn's SV Machine.
Yeah, SV Machine. Steehn versus Machine.
It's VS, buddy.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't make the screen. I didn't make the background here, but that's fair enough.
I thought for sure you were gonna say agree to disagree.
You're really going on the offensive here for Steehn versus Machine today, huh?
Hey, I just noticed it. I would have said something before the show. The bed I saved, but the SV I just noticed. Steehn versus Machine, SVU.
Yes. Law and Order SVM, yes. Law and Order Steehn versus Machine, yes.
You've been following our picks lately. You are special victims. There's no question about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, I always tell people that this got lost me. I thought of this joke and then went on the whole rant about the SV Machine. When I was saying Steehnmachine and Steamroller, I always tell people these. I used to get in your chat, and they used to say, "Oh, Steamroller Junior's in here" or something. And I always tell people, I say, please call me the Steehnmachine. The Steamroller is my father.
Oh, that's outstanding. We're gonna have to change the name to the show to Fade the Fat Boys.
Jeez. Yeah, not a great week for either of us here, Scott.
You give about 5 winners every week. It's up to you to know how to play them.
Yeah, you've got to find them here. You know what? I really came out here. I really promised everybody. Everybody saw it on the video. They all. I said I'm not going 2-3, and I went 2-3.
It didn't. Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went 2-3.
Oh, the sad part is I think you beat me.
No, Scott, you also went 2-3. So.
Oh, that's right. I had the Monday night thing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the Monday night.
That's right. That's right. I was 1-3 going in.
Yeah. And I'm always. Feeling. It sucks when I agree with you on a bet because then I've got to also suck it up and root for your bet to win. When I'm like, man, I'd really love to win this week, but I had to root for you this week. I had so you had the Jacksonville Indy under 42. I believe that got over 60.
That much.
34-27.
Score.
Yeah, you did have the Vikings -3. They covered 8 against the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, the 49ers -4.5. They shit the bed against the Seahawks. Very nice.
They did, absolutely.
I think they even got a gift in that game, right? Didn't they get a pick 6 or something stupid? Or
yeah, they didn't deserve as many points as they had.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. So they lost 19-9 in that game. Oh, sorry, not the 49ers, but the Cardinals. I mean, is that what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the 49ers got handled by the Falcons. And then, but you also had the Denver, Los Angeles.
49ers ended up having everybody hurt for that game. Really, it was. They weren't really listed that way. It looked like the people were going to play, and then they lost people during the game. And
yeah, you thought
they were never playing the game.
Yeah. Falcons just kind of rolled right over them, 28-14 there. And you also had the Broncos Chargers under 45.5. Another terrible spot to watch Denver in the prime time.
How many games it would take him to get to 45.5, but it was definitely more than one.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel better, Scott, I didn't have as good of a week either. It doesn't make you feel better, but misery loves company, right? I had Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh under 45.5. That one did cash at 20-18. They hit 38. Jacksonville, Indy under 42. I came with you. I was right there with you, and it lost. I also had Cincinnati, New Orleans under 43.5. That was not close either. Or that one was like weird. They just couldn't stop scoring.
Hey, spoiler alert, New Orleans defense, not very good.
No, and you did warn me about Marshawn Lattimore being out, and I just couldn't. I didn't think it would have enough of an effect on the game, and I was wrong. I had the San Francisco, Atlanta under 44.5. That one did cash barely at 42 points. And then I also had the Chiefs and Bills. I got to watch that bet lose in person. That was great. I had the over 53.5 on that one.
Ugh. Yeah, well, the first half kind of screwed us there. Really, the first quarter, I think it was nothing after the first quarter, and they did what they were supposed to do for the rest of the game, but it just kind of, we were in a hole to start with, and get there. I had that as my best bet for my premium subscribers as well. Love the over in that spot.
Yeah, 24 points scored in the second half, which still not exactly getting it done, but would have got us a lot closer. 20 points scored in the second quarter, but yeah, just like you said, 0 points scored in the first quarter.
Well,
a long drive to a red zone turnover, and then a long drive to a red zone turnover.
Turnovers inside the 10-yard line, and one turnover on downs at the 1. Yes. And when you're trying to get over 50 and change in an NFL game, you can't have 3 dry trips inside the 10-yard line, or two inside the 10, one inside the 20. Yes. You can't have those dry trips and expect to win. You had 21 points to that, and even if you add field goals there, damn close. We're at 53 with 3 field goals. So yeah, not good.
Right, frustrating for Chiefs fans. Obviously I was there. I said frustrating. In my head, I kind of had the feeling that they stopped the Bills 3 or 4 times, they would have been able to score. And hell, they got 3 turnovers, and then a couple punts, and just refused to capitalize on it. Really terrible stuff there.
Didn't do anything with it.
Nope. All right, so that brings us. So I went 2-3. You went 2-3. You had a little bit better than I did. I netted -131, and you netted -130. Congrats, Scott.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The smartest guy in the special ed class.
Yep.
Outstanding.
The smartest horse for sure. Season brings my season record to 12-18. Your season record to 12-18. My season record to 11-19. Oh, you are net of -763. I'm -924.
What the people that aren't experts are doing. I wonder how badly they're doing.
God, I gotta suck for them. All right. Means we need to keep it moving, not to dwell on the past, especially when the past is that bad. It's time.
I'll tell you what, we're playing here for the pick, so you better fucking entertain them.
What's the frustrating part is that the machine, as a whole, is doing fine. Top 5 picks are doing bad. My certified picks are even. I'm even, and that's that was killer at the beginning of the season, and I've gone positive the last 2 weeks, and I've just stayed 2-3 on this entire show. It's been great.
You just should start using picks 6 through 10.
Yeah, apparently that's what I'm mixing it up this week a bit. I added in a couple that weren't in my top 5. I'm moving it around a bit as as the system goes through the season. I start to notice a couple trends. It's not bad at picking underdogs. So I've got a couple.
I'll tell you what, if you watch this show, you might have noticed a couple fucking trends.
Yeah.
We suck. Okay, so am I going first?
Yes, you are first here.
Oh, that is just great news. I started off the week strong with a mighty fine under in the game on Thursday night, so that worked out well.
I actually had the over. I had the total. I had it at 44.5, so that pushed it over the 43.5. Obviously, they scored 70. So
I'll say, and that's where I would have told you. So you can't listen to your machine because obviously your machine doesn't know that the top 3 receivers for New Orleans are out and Lattimore's out, and you've got some missing pieces on the other side for the Cardinals as well. Yeah, it didn't matter. The
Yeah.
machine knows. The machine knows.
Well,
All
Chris
right,
Olave
so
was back, so that helped.
it was great to have under 45 and see 42 points in the first half.
Yeah, gee.
I got a feeling I may not catch this.
Could be tough.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll give everybody a chance to turn their recording devices on. I don't want to miss any of this gold.
Yeah, get your notepads out, folks.
Falcons and Bengals go at it. Woo! Up there in the Queen City of Cincinnati. And this is a game, if you watch the Falcons play, especially last week where they had the throwbacks, they had the black jerseys and the red helmets, like they were from the 1980s. And that's very fitting because that's exactly the kind of football they're playing. They are running the ball a lot. They're trying to throw it on the odd downs when they're not expecting it, and they're playing solid defense. And that's it's worked a lot better than people thought it was going to be for the Falcons this year. They're 3-3 on the season. Probably nobody thought they would be there, and nobody really thought they'd be 6-0 against the spread. Me, this Bengals offense still doesn't look right. It doesn't seem to be hitting on enough cylinders. The running game is practically non-existent. I'm going to take the Falcons to cover the number again. I've got 6 here. I think we're catching a good price. I'll take it.
Gotcha. Scott, I thought we were going in sheet order. I had your first pick here is the Detroit-Dallas over.
Did I not mark that? You're right. Yep.
All right.
I did not mark that on my sheet.
Well, everybody's seeing your first 2 picks. Yeah, obviously a Detroit-Dallas over. Also,
Now I got to see what I sent you because I have 5 other picks marked.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll look at that while you're doing yours, and I'll see which one I.
All right. Well, my first pick of the week, I actually have also a dog in that Detroit-Dallas game. I have the Detroit Lions plus 6.5. Dak Prescott set to return this week. I do worry about that just a tad, but also I'm not sure. Honestly, if you watch this Dallas team, the strength is not on the offense. I'm not sure that how good Dallas can do is really based on the difference between Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush. The question is going to be, what can the Dallas defense do against the Detroit offense? Detroit has been giving a couple teams fits. They've been solid against the number. They've surprised some people this year. I like them here in this spot to also surprise the Dallas Cowboys. It's a nice noon game. I don't trust Dak is all the way back yet. Give me the Lions plus 6.5 on this one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll punt that one. I'll add one at the end because I'm not gonna give up this game. So the record, I'm gonna give you 6 bonus picks. I also like the over in that Dallas game. I think that's solid. The Detroit defense is just absolutely dreadful. They're last in the league in points allowed. A long time Detroit was leading the league in points offensively. They were exposed a little bit in their last game before the bye against New England. They put up nada against the Pats, but they were missing DeAndre Swift, and it was the first game back for St. Brown, and he did not. He looked mostly to be a decoy in that game. So I think Swift is back, and St. Brown's going to be a lot healthier. So I think offense should do a little bit better job. So that's my bonus pick. It's not an actual pick. So,
gotcha.
Truman, we're gonna add the Monday night game.
Gotcha. Okay.
Your edification there to load up. All right. My second play, again, I find myself taking a lot of favorites here, but I can't help it. I'm gonna play the Ravens 6.5 over the Browns. I'm just absolutely not a fan of this Browns team right now. They are the defense is what you usually count on the Browns, and that has not showed up this season at all. 29th in points allowed, and the more disturbing part that should be a problem for this game, 26th in rushing yards per carry, which is one of the stats that I look at when I want to see how somebody defends the run. That is not a good combo when you're facing the, drum roll please, right, the number 1 rushing team in the NFL. The Browns have lost and failed to cover their last 3. No reason that trend shouldn't continue. I think they're overmatched by this Baltimore team, and the Ravens should cover easily.
Gotcha. Any concerns with J.K. Dobbins being out 4 to 6 weeks?
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it, but I think they have a way of plugging and playing different guys in there, and Lamar certainly pick up the slack with his running ability. So yeah, it's not my favorite. I still think they have the advantage in the run game, even without Dobbins in there.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to get a quick double check on you. We are getting a little bit of robot voice from you, but we'll get it figured out. Or, we're able to power through
You know,
here.
I actually thought Drake looked pretty good last week.
Yeah, he
But I
actually he
thought
did he did go for I think over 100.
thought he had a
He got a lot. He got
pretty
the bulk of
solid.
the carries because they
He
his
went he went 10 for 119 last year or last week.
yeah, they said Dobbins' knee kind of tightened up on him, and that he's going to do a little. I believe it's a little bit of corrective surgery kind of on that knee to kind of loosen it back up. But yeah, yeah, 10 for 119. Nothing to scoff at there. Maybe not as much of a downgrade as you'd expect. And you expect Lamar to get in there, take a little bit of pressure off your running backs. Always helps a bit.
Right. Absolutely true. And I think I think got elevated the um the actuals the 53 is Tyler Beatty.
Ah, gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
he shows is active right now. So
Okay.
let's see. How
Fair
it
enough.
goes. All
Uh,
right.
moving on to the Indianapolis Tennessee game. I actually have an under. I have the under 42 in that game at minus 107. I just got minus -07, but people can use their imagination on the one there. Again, this are two pretty anemic offenses. I don't love it. Traylon Burks out for Tennessee. I didn't love that offense as is, and the more playmakers you take away, the worse it's going to get. Indianapolis had a little bit of an offensive explosion last week over the Jacksonville Jaguars, and of course, division games, you never know what's going to happen. Matt Ryan is actually the second leading passer in yards, or the second passer in yards, I guess, however you want to say it, in the NFL this year. So that's a little odd, but I just don't. I'm not sold on Matt Ryan as a passer. I'm not sold on this Indianapolis offense. And so, yeah, I just don't really believe in either of these teams to score. The fact that ideally to reach 42, one of these teams is going to have to score at least 21. I don't even love that. So I like the under 42 here.
Yeah, I remember making the same argument last week. So
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah,
lay off that and wish you luck. It certainly looks on paper like it should hit. So we'll see what happens.
yeah. I think
I
I still feel comfortable betting probably every AFC South under this year, and then just take the good with the bad.
let the chips fall. Here's another favorite. This is one of the bigger favorites on the board, and I'm just not going to pass it up. It's the Buccaneers. Get numbers up to 13. It was 10.5, of course, when I did the show earlier in the week. There's been a slight change in the Carolina roster since that show, and that is, of course, the news that broke today. That was it yesterday? I guess it was yesterday that
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey is headed west to San Francisco. Just in time to play the Chiefs. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's even going to play this. I didn't even expect him to be able to play, and of course he's going to play this week. So
running back. They tell him you hit the 7 hole. Go.
I guess.
You know,
I guess.
not like he's a receiver. So
Sound like they're going to get him in for some red zone packages.
I would be surprised. I don't know how many passes they'll throw to him. I'd be aware of Christian McCaffrey pass props or receiving props this week, but
Yeah.
he'll probably get 7 to 9 carries. Be my guess.
Yeah, I can see that.
Somewhere in that neighborhood. This is going to be the Buccaneers over the Panthers. It's up to 13, like I said. I'm just auto-fading Carolina right now. This offense was dreadful before they dealt Robbie Anderson and before they dealt Christian McCaffrey. They are 31st in the league in scoring margin. I don't think Brady's going to have to cuss as much in this one. I think Tampa Bay scores early and often. Yeah, they're down some guys. They're going to be without their tight end, and they've got questions in the receiving core as always. It doesn't matter. They're going to do what they need to do against this terrible Carolina team. Take the Bucs minus 13.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, with the system, we're kind of seeing the cream rise to the top, and we're kind of seeing, I don't know, whatever the saying is for whatever else
The
rises.
sludge into the bottom.
Yeah, and we're seeing the sludge is the Carolina Panthers. And just about every metric, they're last. They're last in my regular ranking. They're last in my adjusted ranking. They're last in my strength of schedule ranking. They're last offensively, and they're bottom 10 defensively. I don't love. There's not a ton of upside for this Carolina Panthers team right now, and now they're dealing guys like Robbie Anderson and Christian McCaffrey, and they've already fired their coach. I mean, this is a full teardown that you rarely get to really see in the NFL. Very interesting.
We're getting Darnold this week.
They are playing. They are playing Darnold this week. Is that what you said?
Last I saw, Baker was doubtful.
Yeah, Baker. Yeah, still out this week. Is what I saw.
As we talked last week, not one person listed as doubtful has started a game yet in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think I imagine that trend will continue here. All right. So that being said, I do like your Bucks minus 13. I again, this is a terrible Carolina team.
Yeah, it just is.
All right, that brings me to my third pick of the week. I actually have another under in a game between two pretty bad offenses that actually have two pretty good defenses. I have the under 38. I know it's a low number. It's always scary, but I tell you not to be scared. I had somebody, was it last week or a couple weeks ago, somebody messaged me about it was the Thursday night game between Denver and Indianapolis. And they're like, the number is just so low. It's 38. And I was like, this game is going under. Hit the under. And then, of course, the next day.
You told me about 10 points high?
Yeah. Next day.
What's your audio, bud? Did I hit you for some reason?
Oh. No, sorry. No, I cut my own audio from you. That's my bad.
There you go.
But, yeah, sorry. I was fiddling with something that hit the mute key for me. But, yeah.
What did that end 12 to 11? Was that the 12 to 11?
No, that was 12-9. Even worse. It was 21 points. Yeah. And again, this Denver offense is just so bad. I have them as a bottom, I have them as the 6th worst offense in the league. I have the Jets actually as the 13th worst offense in the league. So both are bottom half offenses, but with both also having top half defenses. I have Denver defense about the 13th ranked defense, and I have the Jets defense about a top 10 defense. So again, I think these are both two pretty good defenses going against two terrible offenses. Give me the under in that game, under 38 at minus 105 for the Jets and the Broncos there.
You're going to look at this same game. This is what I wrote. You could have wrote this before the season. One of these teams is in disarray. The quarterback is struggling. The coach sucks. They have just 2 wins on the season. The other team is the Jets. That's the twist. See?
As we all expected, yes.
Yeah, the Broncos. I can't get it any more of the reasons you just laid out. Defense is good. Defense is very good, and it's a shame. It's like when you see a girl with a nice body and a horrific face. It's like that's just such a waste. That's the way it is with the Broncos. They've got the great body. Oh my God, what a butterface! Holy shit. Add into the fun the fact that Russell Wilson appears to be banged up. I guess they just got tired of answering why he sucks every week. They said, "Oh, because he's injured." Perfect. All right. So he's got what's he got? Shoulder, arm, hip,
leg.
I don't know.
Was it hamstring this week?
Hammy. That's right. He's got a hammy. He's been fighting that. We'll see if he goes. If he doesn't go, who's going, Truman?
Oh my God.
Boise State.
See, I don't want to date myself, but the last Boise State quarterback I remember is Kellen Moore, and I believe he's still calling plays in Denver. So,
son of ex-Washington Redskin quarterback.
Somebody Theismann? That's crazy.
At Rippin.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
So, we're all excited about that. Has there been anybody fall faster in the NFL than Albert O? Started the season as the number 1 tight end. Now didn't even dress for the last game. So he is, I feel bad. I think he's, by all accounts, a pretty good guy. So am I, and I'm not a good tight end in the NFL either. And Albert O and I appear to have that in common. So
it's basically the same person. That's crazy.
This number has been a serious swing. Open Broncos -3. It's now the Jets -1. Hate being late to the Steam party. I still think this is a fair play with some value. I'll take the Jets as a road favorite. Jesus, somebody get Elias on the phone and find out the last time that happened. Take the Jets -1. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, the line is pretty close. -1, +1. I'm still seeing. They're not exactly favorites, but yeah, I mean the money line is. I think it's still slightly Denver, but they're getting. I imagine, especially if you hear anything about Russell Wilson, he remains limited in practice. I could certainly see that flipping to the Jets being road favorites. But yeah, I found you a money line for the Jets at +100. So there you go. Feel good about that.
Okay, yeah, I got him. I got -1. Yeah, it's so funny. Fans are weird. You're like, God, Russell Wilson's terrible. He's horrible. Russell, we got to get rid of him. What? He's not playing. Oh fuck! And we got to take some points off of that.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, I mean, a cynic could say, how much worse could Rippon be at this point? I'm a cynic if I say that.
Well, because you feel like Russell Wilson's going to go back to being Russell Wilson at some point. I think that's. I mean, I think he is bad. It's fair to say we're all on this train. Russell Wilson is bad. He's corny. He's all these things. But at some point, you expect him to turn back into Russell Wilson, right?
What Russell Wilson? The Russell Wilson from 2021 when he was also bad?
Yeah.
I mean, is it possible he's just done? And he's missing wide open receivers, man. His vision isn't there.
No, his vision is gone. And as we've talked about before, Russell Wilson is a great story for short quarterbacks. But if you ain't got no vision, you ain't got nothing. It's,
you got to be able to find your hot receivers, and he has not been able to do that at all. So
yeah,
I are both kind of on the same side of this one.
Yep. We still got a little bit of robot voice from you. I don't know if it's a connection thing, but it was funny to hear the dog bark in robot voice.
Bark, 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 bark,
bark, bark, bark. Yeah. All right. For my fourth pick of the day, I actually have the Seahawks +5.5. Scott, this is a weird. Stop me if you've heard this before, but the Chargers are a weird team that nobody can get a read on again. It is frustrating to. I couldn't imagine being a Chargers fan. Thank God that none of them really exist. But it seems the public is a little bit with me, or at least the Vegas is. This game did open at -7.5. It's down to 5 or 5.5. I found it over at BetMGM at +5.5 for the Seahawks. This is a banged up Chargers team. It looks like Bosa might. I'm the wrong Bosa that I think is playing. Joey Bosa still on the injured reserve. Keenan Allen still limited. He was limited the last couple weeks and hasn't played. I don't know if he's actually going to play this week, even being limited. But the Seahawks, again, are a little bit surprising. Defense, for as much as we talked about the Seahawks offense, the defense seemed to take a little bit of a step up last week. This is a surprisingly good Seahawks team. I don't know what to make of them. I don't know how they're going to perform. I don't know if they're going to compete in the West. I mean, this is a terrible NFC West. Both two divisions that we thought were going to be good, the AFC West and the NFC West, both turn out to be kind of shit shows a bit.
Bears aren't better. Broncos are worse. Congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, Seahawks are 3-3.
Chargers are certainly no better.
Yeah, Seahawks, Rams, 49ers, all 3-3. Chargers have been underwhelming, to be polite. So I really like the Seahawks here. I just like them in this spot. The system loves the Seahawks. The system has Seahawks ranked as a top 5 defense and a top 5 offense. Top 6 defense, top 6 offense, and as the 5th best team in the NFL right now. Maybe that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, I feel like, from the system, a bit of an overreaction. It has the Chargers as a top half team and, a top half offense, kind of middle of the road to bottom defense. But yeah, all that being said, I like the Seahawks just better here. I think the Seahawks might be a better team than this Chargers team. And home field advantage for the Chargers just doesn't really exist. So yeah, give me the Seahawks +5.5 here. You know what? I'm on the Geno Smith train. maybe it's
One of these passers is a dynamic young quarterback in his 20s who leads the league in quarterback rating. The other one, what is it, Truman?
it's Justin Herbert.
That's right. The other one is Justin Herbert. You're absolutely correct.
Well, Geno
All
Smith is
aboard.
32, I will say, but I
Is he only 30? I thought he was like 27, 28.
no, you'd hope so, just because of how recently you remember, or how recently it feels like Geno Smith was coming out of college, and you were hoping the Chiefs were going to draft him. But no, sadly, he is 32.
My God, he's held that clipboard. I'm surprised he doesn't have calluses on the inside of his fingers from holding that clipboard.
Yeah,
That's a nice job. He's having a hell of a season. So
yeah,
to
yeah.
finish up, you're gonna have to wait once again Monday night to see how badly I suck. Will I be 1-4? Will I be 2-3? Well, this game will decide. As the Patriots host the Bears, and for all the shit that we talk about, the Carolina Panthers, Chicago Bears aren't too far ahead of them. Let's see. This offense has been absolutely dreadful. Did they get to 14 in this one? I doubt it. The Bears are 31st in scoring. New England 7th in scoring defense. The Pats have won 2 of their last 3. They've covered the number in all 3. I don't know how the Bears get anything going on the offensive side of the football. Look out, old Mackey is back. That's right. Mac Jones returned this week. Take the reins from young Bailey Zappi. Grab some pine, kid. I'll be hurt again in a couple games, so stay warm. But it's at this point, I think Zappi proved himself very well. Made me a lot of money when he was at Western Carolina. Made some money for me when he was with the Patriots. Now we'll see if Mac Jones can do the same. I'll take the Patriots. This number has gone from 8.5 to 9. I don't care. I'll still take the Pats -9 there.
Man, I've got great news for you. I've got it at 7.5. So,
oh, that is quite a jump. Where do you see that?
I got 7.5 at FanDuel, 8 at BetMGM, 7.5 at Caesars, 8.5 at PointBet, and 8 at FanDuel. So I will say it's a little bit. It is a wider spread than I'm used to seeing, but I'm seeing a 1-point spread with hitting all the half marks on across all the major.
You know why you see the spread like that? Because there ain't shit difference between 7.5 and 8.5.
That is true. That is fair.
As far as practicality. You can always take the better number. It could be 28-20, but it's not one of what you call your key numbers.
Right, of course. Yeah.
You'll see numbers go from 7.5 to 8. Now they'll bounce around there pretty well. So, but I will always take the better number and always shop your lines for sure. So, sure, I'll take 7.5 with the Patriots. Why not?
Yeah, hell, I've even got 7.5 at -110 for you. I had it at 115 on FanDuel, but it's at 110 on Caesars. So there you go. Again, a big shout out.
When they win 21-13, I do the victory dance.
Right. And we are not sponsored by them, but I will always give my props out to Scores and Odds. A pretty nice betting website to use. They've got they've got all these lines just right next to each other. And it goes from the major platforms even down to kind of your smaller ones that you don't really hear much from with God, was that Sports Illustrated Bet? That's weird. Bet Rivers, WinBet. But I can compare FanDuel, BetMGM, Caesars, PointsBet, and DraftKings all, right next to each other. And there's just not many websites that'll help you do that. And so I appreciate, I bet there are some others, but it's
one of the 120 a month I pay for Don Best.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it's one of the cleaner platforms that I can use for free. So
absolutely, and it used to be so much better.
It did used to be so much better.
So much better.
Yeah.
StatFox uses the same skins, but it's just not quite as good as the old Scores and Odds used to be. But
yeah,
RIP Scores and Odds.
But still helpful when comparing odds. I can look at the 5 websites right now and know which app to open up.
Yes, they used to have a really deep dive stats where you could do basically almost all of your statistical research right in one spot.
Yeah.
That was handy, but it is no Moss. So what do you got for your 5th pick?
My 5th pick. I'm glad you asked, Scott. I'm going back to the Kansas City Chiefs over well. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers to go over 48.5. Like I said, this is, you pointed out they're getting healthier, but this is still a pretty banged up San Francisco team. And the Chiefs are getting back some key players this week. They get back Willie Gay. They get back, hopefully, Trent McDuffie. But they do add Christian McCaffrey. Something to be said there. San Francisco, I have them as my, they're a top half offense. Kansas City, I have as the third best offense. Kansas City's defense is really key here. They're not a terrible defense, but what they are terrible at, contrary to last game, is forcing turnovers. And that really drops them in my rankings. I have them as a bottom 7 defense. And San Francisco, I have as bottom half defense. These are two pretty good offenses against two to bad defenses. Of course, I wonder what the boost will be. If Trent McDuffie comes back and intercepts the ball, Willie Gay sacks a guy twice. I'll say, oh well, I should have estimated more for them. But as it stands right now, I like the Chiefs to probably take out a little bit of offensive frustration against the 49ers this week, and I like the 49ers to also put up just enough to hit the over here, 48.5. I only need 7 touchdowns, and I feel okay about that.
Well, I've just got too many question marks with these 49ers. I've got both Wards that I worry about at the cornerback position, Charvarius Ward, and of course the starters, Jimmy Ward there. Everything left tackle Trent Williams is a limited participant in practice. There's no designation right now, but where it really matters is that defensive front, where you have to look at Bosa, you have to look at Ebukam. Those guys are were both limited participants in practice. They don't go, and we saw that against Carolina. We saw that against Atlanta. When those guys don't play, that defense is entirely different. It gives the quarterbacks way too long to throw. So if they can't get pressure on Mahomes, this could be a long day. So I don't hate you over there. I think you've got a shot at it.
Yeah, I'm feeling solid about that, especially with Joe Thuney back, Rashad Fenton still out. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot here.
He's back, and Butker's back, so that'll be nice to have him back for the second week in a row, hopefully getting stronger. Looks like Snead's going to play. He was a full participant, so yeah. Well, it really looks like Fenton's the only one right now. You saw Fenton against, Indianapolis? Or was he just dreadful?
He was in the Las Vegas games also. He played all the way up until then.
Yeah.
But
that was it.
Fenton still is not good.
No, he is not. So, yeah, that's going to be the 5th one of my picks.
Yeah,
and as like you said, I gave out the bonus pick. So when you're not winning 5, you always want to just go to that 6th play.
Yeah, we won't count it. We won't count it, but I'll make sure to write it down for everybody. What was it again? I can't. You had
It was the over in the Dallas-Detroit game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So those are your 5 best plays, and you suck at those. So what's your 6th play? We were wondering about that.
My 6th play?
For more plays? No, that's not.
Yours.
All right.
I got you.
All right. Here you go.
Sounds good. Scott, as always, I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time here. We all appreciate you giving your picks. Best of luck. Again, I would love to return to the window with you. I'd love to beat you at 5-0 because you went 4-1. I don't. In no way am I hoping for negative weeks. No promises about not going 2-3 this week, I guess. That's what I've learned is I should be making no promise until I'm out of the 2-3 doghouse. At least I'm, what is it? I always tell people when I'm bowling, if I keep on getting frustrated when I'm bowling 9s, I always tell them I don't complain when I bowl 9s because then I'll start bowling 8s. That's what I always say.
Usually if you just start going 2-3, that sets you up for 1-4. So
yeah. Right.
Will not go 2-3 again. Damn right you won't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was a little worried that was going to happen when I said that, and I did squeak in the under for the Atlanta. Who they play? They played the Cardinals. No, 49ers. Yes, yeah, I got you now. Sorry, but it doesn't matter. All that besides, Scott, I do appreciate it. Again, you can check out Scott over at Winners and Winers for his show, Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise of the greatest sports betting show of all time.
Oh, in the world. God damn it, you're so close.
In the sports betting show in the world. Damn it.
That's right.
I take all time over the world, personally,
We've got a really funny episode. If you like watching, it's a cool mix of some funny sketches My partner and I write them. He acts them out. We've got a pretty good budget. The production value is probably higher than you expect. It's still not great. It's probably better than you expect you're going to see on a YouTube show like that. And then we have a panel with 3 serious handicappers that lay out cases for every single game. So yeah, definitely check it out over there at the Winners and Wonders YouTube channel.
Hell, I've seen worse shows on ESPN Plus. You know, there's nothing saying you guys can't just get moved over to ESPN Plus. You guys are doing.
It says that all.
You guys are having. Yeah, but you guys are having higher quality shows than those guys do, even.
I'll tell you, there's some of the sketches that we do. There's some of them, like, even though I wrote them, the way he does them, I laugh when I see him, and that's rare if you laugh at something you actually wrote.
Yeah,
you know what's coming.
Yeah.
So definitely. I don't want to brag too much, but I'm pretty proud of it. I appreciate it. It'd be worth your time. If you don't like comedy, skip through the comedy to the handicapping. If you don't like handicapping, skip through the handicapping to the sketches. We do about 6 sketches a week. So yeah,
I'd say if you like SNL, it's the sketches in between are kind of like that. If you like, if you're used to funny football content, Gridiron Heights is a Bleacher Report like cartoon thing, and it feels like that in a way where you see like Easter eggs in the back where it's puns on people's names, and then it's like a business, and it's basically like that, but it's like a commercial for that business.
And there's definitely some jokes there's definitely some jokes in the weeds that if you get them, I'm proud of you. And we throw in a couple of those. Try to keep it relevant. We try to keep it topical. What's going on in the NFL this week? Going to give you a little heads up. Open the show with the Tom Brady press conference with Tom Brady wrapped in bubble wrap. So that'll just give you kind of an idea about the direction of the show for this week.
Gotcha. Nice. Like to see it. Scott, I appreciate it. He also sells picks over at Winners and Winers. Yeah. Doing much better, I hope, than right now. I'm pretty sure you are. I think we've talked about.
If you're not interested in my 7th through 12th best pick like I do here on the show, you should get over and buy my premium picks.
Yeah, it's really great for us to be like, hey, if these, how great these are going, we give other ones too that are different.
Yeah, it's always really tough to plug your premium service when you're like 7 units in the hole after 7 weeks.
Yeah. Oh boy, if you like that, I got even more going on that you could pay money for.
If you think these picks are overvalued at free, wait till you pay money for them.
Yeah, and speaking of paying money for these,
I got discount codes, so they're half off.
Speaking of paying money for these picks, you, of course, if you're watching this episode as it went live onto YouTube for free on Sunday at 11 a.m., what if I told you guys could watch this a whole day earlier? If you subscribe to patreon.com/open disaster, that's right. It's $5 a month. You get 40 picks, and of those 40 picks, I bet you 10 will hit for sure. So that's really good.
Guaranteed will run 25%. That's the thing. If you like to beat the line moves, you should watch it on Saturday. That way, when you lose your bet, instead of losing your bet by 11 points, you only lose it by 9.5.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I highly recommend getting this show early.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott, as always, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We will see you guys next week for hopefully celebrating some more wins, some more profit as we're heading back to the window. Good luck on everybody's tickets.
On ice.
Yes.
That champion on ice, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. And good luck to you, Scott. We'll see everybody next week. See ya.
We've had enough of this nonsense.